and he had other friends that were going to do it with him, and he got caught. His hearing was yesterday. His bail hearing was yesterday, and there was his lawyer saying, no, this was just made up. But here's what came out in court yesterday. I was thinking of finding a woman and tying her body onto some kind of apparatus, cook her over a low heat, and keep her alive as long as possible. And he wanted to have girl meat for Thanksgiving. And I looked at Pat. I read that in the break, and I said, we're living in some weird, creepy, rated R movie now that none of us, we all leave and go, ooh, man, that just creeps me out. That's what life is starting to be like. The people that you're seeing on TV and the things that are happening, I don't even recognize them.
Yeah, I read the actual police report of that whole incident.
Yeah, it's linked there, and I don't even want to go there.
At times, it's that bad and worse. I mean, it's really disturbing. And this guy was actually planning on doing this stuff. And a cop. I mean, that's just
what is?
They call him a cannibal. Has he eaten someone?
He was a wannabe,
past?
I think, wannabe cannibal. An aspiring.
Yeah,
so he'd never eaten anyone before.
No, it does not appear. At least they have not charged him with that yet. It was that he was trying to do it. And he had done one of the, if I'm remembering the story right, he had talked about a specific person that he was going to try to kill and eat, a female, and said he was going to meet her the next day. They later on went to her, found out that they did meet the next day. Like he actually was in the middle of going through with this stuff, and luckily they stopped it.
Wow.
Well, now his defense
thing.
is that the whole thing was a joke, and so I mean, they should have
that's real funny.
Staked it out or something to be able to get him in the beginnings of something. Because
I think they did to some degree. I don't think that they jumped on this immediately. I think. If I'm remembering, looking back at it, right, they did actually let that go. But how long can you let it go? I mean, if the guy kills somebody,
you just have to get. And I'm assuming that they did. I mean, I don't know much about this story. I'm not reading a lot about this story. But they've got to. I'm assuming that they would stake out enough. It's like we do with terrorists.
If it were me, I'd want police to intercede about the time he started basting me. I think, if he's got me marinating in some sort of sauce, I think that's
in his refrigerator.
Yes, that's what I want him to come in,
right,
and maybe put a stop to it. Maybe even prior to that.
No, if it's me, or if it's my children, I want him to be away immediately. I don't want to be on a date with him.
Yeah.
But if we can, if the police could get him, lock him away, and no harm came to anybody, like. The girl was just starting to be like, okay, I'm really uncomfortable, break down the door, kind of thing. You know what I mean?
Seriously. I mean, you've got to send him away for psychological testing at the least.
Well, didn't he
commit him?
I think it asks in the Blaze report on this story, but how did they pass the initial test to become a police officer?
An officer, yeah.
How does somebody like that do? I think it might be time to adjust the test. If you're not catching the whole cannibalism thing, perhaps there's a more... a test that could be designed a little bit better.
I just don't you just want?
It's amazing.
Do you want to go back to simpler times?
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, you know what? I haven't said this all day yet. Move to Texas. Or
somewhere close.
Oklahoma's
nice
is
too.
Beautiful this time of year. It really is.